From the Collins Aerospace Studio at the Nordloff Center in downtown Rockford, it's time for Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl, Junior Edition.
And welcome to the Collins Aerospace Studio here at the Nordloff Center. I'm Greg Peterson, and this is Bergstrom State Line Quiz Bowl, Junior Edition. That's right, we've got middle schoolers for you this week, beginning with the River Ridge Wildcats. This is the third year competing for River Ridge. Wildcats are looking for their first second-round appearance after falling just one question short last year. Brogan, you're the captain. Let's meet you and your team.
I am Brogan. To my right, we have Christian. To my far right, we have Brock. And to my left, we have Sam.
Welcome.
We are River Ridge.
Great. And facing them, speaking of falling one question short, that is what happened to the St. Rita Saints last year. That's how they missed out on our Final Four. So both teams with some scores to settle this year. Wyland, you're the captain. Let's meet you and your team.
To my right is Carlo, to my left is Emma, and to my far left is Gage.
Welcome to you as well. So we start off the same way we always start off, with a buzz-in round, individual questions on the buzzer. It is brought to you by Rockford University. Good luck, both teams. Here we go. What world leader, whose armies defeated the Third Coalition at Austerlitz in 1805, was briefly exiled to Elba before his final defeat as French emperor in 1815? That is Wyland.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
That's right. Next question. What movie character, whose grandma Tala teaches her about Te Fiti and Te Ka? Wyland?
Moana.
Yes. Next question. What two-atom compound is formed in incomplete combustion, is toxic because it replaces oxygen in the bloodstream, and has chemical formula CO? Wyland?
Carbon monoxide.
3 in a row. Nice job. What man, who fought to keep Princeton University segregated as its president, aired the racist film The Birth of a Nation at the White House in 1915? That's time. Stumped you there. That's Woodrow Wilson was president then. What religious work contains suwar like Maryam and the cow, which were recorded by Muhammad as the central text of Islam? That is Brogan.
Muslim?
No, sorry. Wyland?
Quran.
Yeah, we're looking for the text, so it's the Quran. What vocal range was performed by Luciano Pavarotti, is the T of an SATB chorus, and sings in a higher... That is Brogan.
Tenor?
Tenor's correct. What country is divided into 47 prefectures on over 250 populated islands, including 4 main islands, Shikoku, Kyushu, Hokkaido, and Honshu? Carlo.
Japan.
Is right. What epic poem follows the father of Telemachus on his 10-year journey home from the Trojan War, during which he encounters Scylla, Charybdis, the Cyclops Polyphemus, and the... Brogan.
Odyssey.
Is right. What southern U.S. state is home to northern towns like Muscle Shoals and Huntsville on the Tennessee River? As Wyland?
Alabama.
Is correct. Nice job. What musician, who collaborated with Miley Cyrus on Two Most Wanted, included Texas Hold'em on her 2020... Wyland?
Beyonce.
Beyonce's right. What polygon has interior angles that average 108 degrees each, 10 total lines of symmetry, and exactly 5 sides? Carlo.
Pentagon.
That's a pentagon. What character, who fakes his death to escape Pap, travels down the Mississippi River with the slave Jim and is friends with Tom Sawyer? That's Brogan.
Huckleberry Finn.
A little bit louder for me? That's right, yeah. The A and B examples of what astronomical objects are separated by the Cassini division? Over 100 moons join these objects in orbit around the 6th planet from the sun. Carla?
Rings.
Prompt?
Saturn's rings.
Yes. Name the Dutch artist who painted Bedroom in Arles and depicted the town near his mental asylum in Starry Night. Carlo.
Vincent van Gogh.
Is right. In humans, what body part is divided into sections like lumbar and thoracic and consists of 33 vertebrae? Christian.
Spine.
Spine is right. What literary technique has a slant form used by William Blake to connect the words I and symmetry in the poem The Tiger, and is better exemplified by pairs of words like bright and night and art and Brogan?
Rhyming.
Yeah. Slant rhyme is when it almost works like that. And that is the end of the round. So we are off to a hot start here. St. Rita with 100, River Ridge with 50. Great start. We've got more quizzing coming for you right after this. And welcome back. We've got a hot start here, but it is time for our volleyball round, where the players will be collaborating with their teammates to answer some questions. Before we get there, though, I would like to thank our judge today. That's Tim Anderson, an associate professor of philosophy at Kishwaukee College. Thank you for your help today. We couldn't do this without you. Let's play some volleyball round. We know that these are team conferral questions. We know that I need the answers coming from the captains. And we know that the first question is coming River Ridge's way, so here we go. River Ridge, P waves are detected by systems that provide early warning of what phenomena, which may cause a tsunami if they happen under the seafloor?
Earthquake.
Yeah. St. Rita, what god, who hung from his spear Gungnir for 9 days to learn the runes, sacrificed an eye to Mimir's well and is the chief Norse god?
Odin.
Yes. River Ridge, what literary character who imitates a rain cloud with mud in a balloon to get honey from bees is a stuffed animal friend of Christopher Robin created by A.A. Milne?
Winnie the Pooh.
Yes. Over to St. Rita. What game series, whose entry Tears of the Kingdom is the focus of a Hyrule Engineering Club subreddit, features Link and the title princess battling Ganon in Breath of the Wild?
The Legend of Zelda.
Yes. River Ridge. What country, whose inland cities include Trondheim and Lillehammer, is more famous for towns on its various fjords, including Oslo?
Norway.
Is right. St. Rita, what irrational number, approximately equal to 3.14, is often called the circle constant?
Pi.
Yes. River Ridge. What document, which explicitly excluded New Orleans from its jurisdiction, was announced after the Union's victory at Antietam and declared that slaves in the Confederacy were free once they escaped?
Emancipation Proclamation.
You got there, yeah, that's 10. St. Rita, organisms may have bilateral, spherical, or biradial types of what visual feature, as commonly seen in humans when comparing across a vertical center line?
Symmetry.
Yeah. River Ridge, what sport was the subject of the American defeat of a Soviet team in the 1980 Miracle on Ice and earned the Florida Panthers the Stanley Cup in 2024?
Hockey.
Yes. St. Rita, what critic of Charles Lindbergh and author of American War Propaganda is better known for short books like How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Dr. Seuss.
Yes. River Ridge, what battle, where Miltiades decided on a winning strategy after several days of other commanders wanting to wait to fight the Persians, was followed by a roughly 26-mile run back to Athens with the good news?
War of Troy.
That's the Battle of Marathon, and that's where we get that word. St. Rita, what fourth phase of matter may be created in tokamaks or other laboratory settings that simulate the behavior of the sun?
Plasma.
Is right. River Ridge, what figure who masters these 72 earthly transformations and 8 heavenly peaches to obtain immortality travels with Tong Sanzang in Journey to the West?
Luffy.
Say it again?
Luffy.
See what you did there, but no, he's Sun Wukong, or we could call him Monkey. And that is the end of the round. So great effort by both teams. River Ridge now at 100, St. Rita is at 160. We're gonna stop playing for points and start playing for pizza right after this commercial break.
What former British fighter pilot gained worldwide fame as the author of Matilda, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
And it is time for your Bergstrom bonus question, which is sponsored by Salamone's Italian Restaurant. One question on the buzzer. If you get it right, doesn't change the scores at all, but you get a pizza and pasta party from Salamone's for your team. Here we go. What former British fighter pilot gained worldwide fame as the author of Matilda? Fantastic Mr. That is Carlo.
Roald Dahl.
Is right. You guys have some pizza and pasta coming your way, and you all have some commercials coming your way. See you in a bit. And welcome to today's lightning round, which is powered, as always, by IBEW Nika. We've got 3 lightning rounds here. Each team's going to have first shot at one of them, but it's going to be St. Rita that has the first pick. So St. Rita, you are deciding between worms, insects, or arachnids, mythical cats, and it's hard to win the Super Bowl.
Do you know football teams? Like, would you know that? Okay. The first one? Yeah, probably. Alright. Crap, what did he say for the first one?
First one's worms, insects, or arachnids, and then you've got mythical cats, and it's hard to win the Super Bowl.
Worms, insects, or arachnids.
Okay. So what's going to happen in this one is I'm going to give you the common or scientific name of a small, creepy, crawly animal, and you tell me whether that animal is a worm, an insect, an arachnid, or none of those. So for instance, I've got a cat named Behemoth, and if I tell you my cat Behemoth, you go, none of those. I need all the answers coming from Wyland as captain. You're going to have a minute on the clock. River Ridge, be paying attention because you'll have 30 seconds to clean up any mistakes they make. You guys ready? Here we go. The venomous black widow.
Spider.
I can take that, yeah. The genus Apis, including bumble and honey types.
Insect.
Yes. The spider crab, despite its name.
None.
Yes. The silkworm, despite its name.
Insect.
Yes. Members of the phylum Annelida, like leeches.
Oh, worm.
Yes. The South American Goliath bird eater.
Spider.
Yes. The phylum Mollusca.
None.
Yes. The genus Anopheles, that's known for spreading malaria.
Insect.
Yes. The model organism Drosophila melanogaster.
Worm.
No. And the phylum Platyhelminthes.
Arachnid.
No. And that, you've taken a shot at all 10, so that's the round. You got 8 of those right. Nice job. And to be clear, those times that you said spider, that's completely okay. On most of these, if you had gone too specific, that still would have been right. So River Ridge, 2 coming your way. Again, is this a worm? Is it an insect? Is it an arachnid? Or is it none of the above? The model organism, Drosophila melanogaster.
None.
No. The phylum Platyhelminthes.
Insect.
No. So that's none stolen there, sorry. Drosophila melanogaster is a fruit fly. So it's an insect. And platyhelminths are flatworms, they're worms. So that is 80 for St. Rita, none for River Ridge, but now a round of your own for River Ridge. So you are picking between mythical cats and it's hard to win the Super Bowl.
It's hard to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. There are 12 current NFL franchises that have never won a Super Bowl. 10 of them are answers in this lightning round. Now, you can give me location or team name, except if it's ambiguous. So for an example, Chicago or Bears would be correct, except don't say that. They definitely won one. Okay? Here we go. Blew a 28-3 lead in Super Bowl 51 and plays in Georgia.
Falcons.
Yes. Lost Super Bowl 34 by a foot and plays in Nashville.
Tennessee.
Yes. Lost a Super Bowl with Cam Newton and plays in Charlotte.
Panthers.
Yes. The newest NFL team, led by C.J. Stroud in Texas.
Texans.
Yes. The only NFL team in Florida to never play in, let alone win, a Super Bowl.
Pass.
Okay. Lost 4 in a row in the 1990s, but is now led by QB Josh Allen.
Bills.
Yes. Also lost 4 early Super Bowls and now has Justin Jefferson.
Vikings.
Yes. Almost beat the Rams in Super Bowl 56 behind Joe
Bengals.
Yes. Wasted wideout Larry Fitzgerald's career in the desert, but
Cardinals.
now has, say again?
Cardinals.
Yes. Won 7 pre-Super Bowl titles in Northern Ohio, but hasn't even won an AFC title since.
Browns.
Yes. The only NFL team in Florida to never play in, let alone win.
Jaguars.
Not in time. So I'm not ruling on if the answer was right or wrong. It's just, it wasn't time. But also, you just got 9 of those right, so nice job. And then, St. Rita, we come over to you with the one that is left. Again, location or team name is fine. The only NFL team in Florida to never
Jaguars.
play. That was right, yeah. So that's 10 there. It just wasn't in time, River Ridge. That's 90 River Ridge, 10 for St. Rita there, which means that going into our final round here, we have 20 points for every single question that's going to happen. And we've got St. Rita at 250, River Ridge at 190. It's a barn burner, folks. See you in a moment. And welcome back to today's final challenge, which is brought to you by Mercy Health. We have a 3-question game right now. It's St. Rita 250, River Ridge 190, but every single buzz that's right in this round is 20 points your team's way. Fingers on buzzers. Let's roll. The second quartile is equivalent to what measure of central tendency, the middle number of a set of numbers? Carlo.
Median.
Is right. Peptidoglycan and lignin are some compounds that can make up what structure of a cell that, in most fungi and plants, surrounds the cell membrane? Brogan?
Cell wall.
Is right. What name names a river that goes over Livingston Falls, as well as 2 countries led from Brazzaville and Kinshasa, called its Democratic Republic and Republic in Africa? Christian?
Congo.
Is right. What city, where the military committed the Tlatelolco massacre of hundreds of students just days before it hosted the 1968 Summer Olympics, is the most populous city in North America? Wyland?
New York.
No. And that is Luke.
LA.
No, Mexico City's the biggest, actually. What country appears in the title of an E.M. Forster novel in which Adela Quested falsely accuses Dr. Aziz? The novel is named, Luke?
To Kill a Mockingbird.
No, sorry. The novel is named A Passage to This Large Asian Country that later became independent from Britain. Emma?
India.
India's correct. What myth system, whose sun god is Inti, believed the creator god Viracocha rose from Lake Titicaca and worshipped in Machu Picchu? It's Carlo.
Aztec.
No, sorry. River Ridge with a chance to buzz. Christian?
Mayans.
It's the third one. It's the Inca. What company, which partnered with Jimmy Donaldson on the show Beast Games, sells Prime Video subscriptions and was founded by Jeff Bezos? That is Luke.
Amazon.
Is right. The increase in wavelength due to a loss of photon energy is known as a shift of what color? This color is also used to describe the iron-rich surface of the planet Mars. Wyland.
Red.
Good speed, 20 points. What play inspired an overture fantasy by Tchaikovsky and a ballet by Prokofiev, each of which feature a love theme meant to indicate this Shakespeare play's Brogan?
Romeo and Juliet.
I was about to say balcony, that's 20 points. What politician asked, why does Rice play Texas in a 1962 speech that committed the U.S. to putting a man on the moon? A speech delivered a year before his assassination in Dallas. Carlo?
John F. Kennedy.
Is right. The Havasupai Reservation borders what national park, a holy site of the Pueblo people? John Wesley Powell's expedition down the Colorado River explored this magnificent gorge in Arizona. That's Emma.
The Grand Canyon.
Is right. Name the short novella by Franz Kafka in which a rotting apple kills Gregor Samsa after he wakes up one morning to find that he's been transformed into a... That is Brogan?
Sleeping Beauty.
Sorry, no. That he is transformed into a giant insect. And that's time. It's called The Metamorphosis. And that is the round, and that is the game. St. Rita 350, excellent score. River Ridge 270, enough to be a winning score in some games, and you just ran into a really tough game here. I think earlier in this season I congratulated two teams on hitting 500 total points, and y'all just put up 620. So absolutely excellent game, River Ridge. Hope to see you in a season. St. Rita, we'll see you in the future, and we'll see you all next week.